So then, the penultimate round in the regular season, I guess we call it, for Supercars, their first year of what they're calling their Finals Cup. Let's have a little bit of a talk about Townsville really quickly. Firstly, I really enjoy the format, I really enjoy the circuit. I kind of feel like I should have used Long Beach with Albert Park now, having seen the race at Townsville and at Queensland with the Reed Park Street Circuit. It's a lot more like Belle Isle than the Melbourne circuit, for example, in that it's part permanent and part street circuit, a bit more like Belle Isle in a way. And it produces really nice racing, produces a couple of more dramatic bits in the heavy braking zones, but I mean, I don't think that seeing the cars popped up on two wheels and spinning around, somehow Campbell's not being written off in all of that, was really part of what was expected for it. That said, it did produce a lot of action and different levels of action across each of the three races, especially for, a race like what you've got here. If you're going to say that a race was in particular the standout from this, it was probably the first one. Now that was because, well, both Feeney and Brown had poor qualifying. I think Feeney started in 14th, Brown started in 20th. Both of them got into the top 10, which is incredibly impressive, especially around a street circuit. But when you look at the top 5, do you have a repeating driver? You don't, do you? It's Secchi, Waters, Di Pasquale, Payne, and Bryce Fullwood. It was impressive to see that. I was impressed to see Ford's right up towards the pointy end, because Ford have not been so much at the high end this season. I mean, granted, you do have Matty Payne in the standings, but to see one where Ford made up 5 of the top 7. I mean, granted, it was also 5 of the top 10, but that's sort of besides the point there. It was really cool to see something like that, especially when then Brock Feeney returned to his usual self and just swept the other 2 races. Outside of all of that, there are other stories. Will Brown climbing up in each of the races. I mean, the most impressive one was race 1, but yeah, he did climb up from qualifying positions in each of them. Though I think race 2, the most impressive drive was probably Chaz Mostert. Started 17th, went all the way up to 2nd, just had a really nice climb up the order. And then in race 3, I mean, Fullwood did some good moves there. There were some drivers who had some luck that then ran out. The likes of Will Davison, for example. I mean, David Reynolds had a good run for a while, didn't he, over the course of the weekend? But it was nice to see that you could get a couple of drivers who could potentially gain 10 plus places over the course of a race around the street circuit. Anyway, to a maximum of 300 points on the table, it is pretty much set, isn't it, that Brock Feeney is going to win the Sprint Cup. It's almost impossible for him to not at this point. You just need to get, I don't really know, but a top 10 in each of them would be enough, wouldn't it, to get him the points to get the win over Will Brown or Matty Payne. And Payne, like I said, 15 points behind Brown. So technically, mathematically, it's a 3-horse race, but realistically the battle's going to be over second. And then what you can see over the past couple of races is whilst form has started to falter again for Waters, it's picked back up massively for Chaz Mostert. That double podium puts him within 100 points of Waters. I know things will get reset after the Bathurst 1000. I know that. But it does start to have ramifications, especially when you look close towards what would be the bubble, so the end of the top 10, where you see Brandl and Heimgarten are separated by 8 points. And they're already 40 points to the good over Ryan Wood, who is the last one in, with Cam Hill the one out by about 50. I'm interested to see how it'll unfold over the next few weeks. But I think we have until October for the Bathurst 1000. So I'll be interested to see what happens with the Sprint Cup, but I will also be following quite closely the endurance rounds. Anyways, as always, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching and joining, and I hope to see you again soon for more. Till then, it's bye for now.